We're live. Okay, gentlemen, how you guys doing tonight?
All right,
With
fine.
my boy Corey McSpadden. What's up?
Hey, Andre Taylor, Seattle.
What up with it?
So what's going on tonight, brothers? What's today's date? Today's date?
What is that, a trick question?
No, come on, because it's
17.
in the calendar.
17th of October.
Right.
Seattle, Washington,
2016.
USA.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you're
Courtney
from
McSpadden and Andre Taylor.
St. Louis,
St. Louis.
Ferguson. You're from LA and here around. So yeah.
Yeah,
So what brought you guys together tonight?
Courtney, his sister's here, so Courtney, you can explain that for me.
Well, my sister here is here for Moral Mondays. It's a Seattle.
This is Michael Brown's mother. Tell her who she is.
Michael Brown's mother, my sister Leslie McSpadden. I'm Courtney McSpadden. And we were invited here to Seattle University for Moral Mondays. It's a Black Lives Matter initiative explaining race relations, police brutality, and basically all the current and past tragic events that happens to black people.
So for people who don't know, who is Michael?
Michael Brown is my nephew.
And what happened? I mean,
Look,
people don't know.
If they don't know, I will
For
tell
all
them.
of you who weren't born then, because I'm the only one that don't know.
Right.
Living under a rock, you know.
Yeah,
so
living on a rock.
So Michael Brown is.
Michael Brown is my nephew. He was a young 18-year-old teenager that was killed, murdered, and executed by, we don't even say his name in my family, by a police officer in my state. We're searching for justice to get him prosecuted, change laws, body cameras, de-escalation tactics implemented into every police force in and around the St. Louis and Missouri area, worldwide. When we get through from here, from St. Louis to Geneva, with this guy's help, he's going to help me initiate more and more of my strengths and my powers in my community and abroad.
Great. So Andre, share your story.
I'm Andre Taylor from Not This Time. It's a Not This Time movement. I started the movement when my brother Shay Taylor was killed this year, February 21st, by Seattle Police Department. Let me just say this. There's a lot of pain in our communities. There's been a lot of pain. This is not a exotic situation that happens with police brutality. This has been going on in our communities for some 400 years.
400.
And we've been knowing it. It's just that the rest of America haven't known what we've been knowing. And it just so happens that technology has given us cameras to be able to film, the average person to be able to film these events that we've been experiencing in our communities
Every day.
for a long time. So we're not shocked. But we have an opportunity to do something that we haven't done, is combine our resources together and begin to change and impact policy and legislation. I always say it's great to march, and I love those Black Lives Matters. I support them. It's great to rally. We need that outcry, but we need to attack and fight where the fight is, where the real fight is, and that real fight is the legislative process and changing policy. So what we're doing in Washington State is called a legislative initiative. In Washington State, Amnesty International said that we have the most restrictive laws in the nation. That means the worst police laws concerning police accountability, because in our state, you have to prove that an officer had malice and that he didn't operate with a good faith intent in order for us to charge him. In other words, we have to prove actually in Washington State what was in a person's mind, what a person was thinking. And so from 2005 to 2015, police in Washington State have killed 213 people and not one officer convicted of a crime because of that malice clause.
Shameful.
It is shameful.
213, both black and white, Hispanic, Native Americans, everybody. Right.
So knowing that flaw in the law, that injustice in the law, that defense in the law, we have produced with a coalition of Native tribes, the Latino Civic Alliance, black churches, an initiative to the legislators. That means we gathered 250,000 voter registered signatures. We present it to the legislators. The legislators have an opportunity to change the law. If they decide not to, it goes to ballot anyway.
Right.
That's the fight. And Washington State can set the precedent. That precedent. We need it set, because after that, it can snowball throughout this country. I'm happy to be here recording it, because us connecting together It's the beginning of that process of having a national conversation about police accountability and doing something about it. We don't have to sit here and guess. We have solutions, and that's the part in a way that you can have some accountability in this country. We're going to do it here in Washington State first, and then I'm going to go around this nation helping other states. And I'm going to connect, Courtney is connected, and we're going to start doing some things in that area for some police accountability. We could do it. We have our campaign is called Yes on 873. People might think, well, how does, helping your 873 that has to deal with Washington, how does that impact us around the country? Well, it does impact you because you need a precedent. Do you remember when they had same-sex marriage? Massachusetts passed that in 2003. That was a precedent. From that precedent, it was a snowball effect around the country. So you need to support what we're doing here, because then it's something to look to when we start doing it in other states. They could look to Washington and say, Washington have done this. They had the courage to put this in place. So don't think that it doesn't impact you. You have the country is looking at what happens in Washington State. And it's imperative and it's important that you get involved.
Right.
And let me just say this, because I got a couple things we got to do. To young black men out there, I come from the streets. I've been to federal prison, overcame that. Was a hustler in the streets, overcame that. Don't think because you come from the streets, that you don't play a part. I just want to speak to you because I love you, and I understand that a lot of us is caught up in this system, and the system feeds us this idea of this tough image. You know why they feed you this idea of this tough image? Because all that toughness, all that physical strength doesn't play on the global community. It's almost laughed about. You know what plays on the global and that global platform?
Policy.
This here. You got to bring your whole mind. We are the first man. We brought civilization to the world, mathematics, science. We are the first man through this here. Unless you start recognizing your own genius, your own ability to outthink, outwit, outclass, whatever system that is in place, we will always be subjected to this idea that we are slaves or being enslaved, right? So you are not a slave. Our people weren't slaves. Our people were enslaved.
There you go.
You understand that? But you, first of all...
Ain't where we started at.
No. I want you to understand that self-hatred comes from trauma, of what you learned from your oppressor. We got to stop that. That self-hatred with each other and that self-hatred with the black woman. We cannot build a black nation within this nation if we denigrate the black woman and the black child that the black woman gives birth to. We got to be accountable, young men, black men.
Yes, sir.
We have to take the forefront. We have to rise up, but we got to check ourselves, and we got to be able to take that checking like I had to clean mine up.
There you go.
I had to clean mine up first.
Right.
And when I cleaned mine up, then I had the power to come forth and fight this system that is against us. Clean your mess up. Self-hate against your brother, self-hate against the black woman. You become a part of the problem and not the solution. Do you understand that only a remnant will be saved? Are you that remnant of great black men and great black leadership that we're looking to?
Yes, sir.
Well, you better check yourself. That's
sir.
all I gotta say.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So-
Check yourself. The man said, check yourself.
But you're saying your sister said that she started a nonprofit, right? And her son's name, basically. So how can somebody contribute to the nonprofit? How can somebody contribute to the nonprofit?
Sir?
How can somebody contribute to the nonprofit?
The nonprofit is the Michael O.D. Brown, Michael O.D. Brown
Right.
Foundation.
Okay.
With a Rainbow of Mothers is like a side group to it.
Okay.
It's an annual dinner that we have for the mothers
Okay.
of slain victims of senseless gun violence, police brutality, and such.
Okay.
It's a broad umbrella. With
Right.
With the foundation has a website. They have a Instagram. They have a Facebook.
Okay.
They have plenty of ways for you to get the books, the information, the events, pictures, all well-wishers, sympathizers, and what have you, can donate their time, donate their attention, bring awareness
Okay.
to the situation. And it's much needed and much asked for.
Okay. Any final words, bro?
Get your stuff together.
Okay.
I got to get mine together, just like the brother told me. I got to get my mess together. We're doing it slowly but surely, but we gonna do it.
All right.
We're gonna fight this thing to the end because we want justice.
Exactly. Beautiful. Thanks, man. Peace.